guys, so I have a tutorial for you guys today on Venom from Spider-Man. This is actually a collaboration with my friend Karen on here. She did a tutorial on Mystique, and I will have her link down below. She's just an awesome little beautiful little makeup artist, and I love her so much. I definitely recommend her. She's super funny. But anyway, let's just get on into the tutorial. First thing I did was I covered up my eyebrows with a glue stick, and then I put that black eyeshadow on top of it, and I totally look ridiculous. I actually thought I was going to go in with black, but I ended up going with blue, so that step is kind of not necessary. But anyway, so I went in and I drew out the eyes. They're just kind of like little teardrop shapes, and they're going up the side of my face. After that, I went in and I started to do like his like jaw or whatever. So I started the first line of like his upper lip on where my jaw is. Honestly, if I did this again, I would bring it up a little bit higher on my face so you can see the top teeth a little bit better. But yeah, so now I'm just starting to sketch in the teeth. So I did the top row and then I did the bottom row, and these are just basically like a kind of like what you would typically imagine like sharp teeth to look like. My cats are just being ridiculous. I'm sorry if you can hear them. But yeah, then I started to sketch in the tongue, and the tongue is all like curled up. It's all like curly and stuff. I just wanted to make a really long tongue because that's kind of what Venom is all about. Alright, so once I got that done, I started to bring up the little wispies on, like his eyes have like little wispy things. So that's what I'm doing right now because he's all liquidy, you know Venom, you know him. Anyway, so now I've started to do the, like the spider on his chest, and I mapped out like all the little arms, but that's completely unnecessary because I'm just going to go over top of them with white paint, and I didn't even end up doing them because it's too hard to do straight lines, okay? Alright, it's really hard to do them on your boobs. Anyway, so I also mapped out like where I'm going to be painting black, which is on my shoulders. After that, I went in with my Maybelline Paradise paint in blue, and I just started to outline the eyes. And once I did that, like after I did that, I went in and I just started to fill in the face with the blue paint. I used a pretty tiny brush to do this because when I tried to use a bigger one, it got like really liquidy and patchy and weird. So I just found that this took a little bit longer, but it filled in the space better, and I didn't have to do 2 coats. And guys, as per usual, all the products that I use will be listed down below. Okay. So once I got done doing, I look like a Smurf and not a cute one, okay? But once I got done filling in my face, I went in and I outlined like the tongue and the mouth and the spider. And then I went in with the white Maybelline paint and I filled in the eyes and the spider on the chest. So I had to do like 2 coats for this because this Maybelline paint, well, the Maybelline white paint, like a lot of the Maybelline paint's actually really awesome, but the white one is not so awesome, okay? So I had to do 2 coats for this. When I went in with the white paint, it started to bleed a little bit, so I went in with my Urban Decay Electric palette, and I took the shade Chaos, and I just tapped that onto my skin to set the blue paint. Now I'm just going in with that Maybelline white paint again, and I am just doing the spider on my chest. Once I got that all painted, I went in with my NYX Whipped Cream eyeshadow, and I love this eyeshadow, like seriously, one of my favorite eyeshadows ever. But yeah, so I just went in and set everything. I set the spider on the chest, but I actually ended up going in and doing a second layer of that white paint, so that's a little unnecessary. But yeah, then I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Noir, and I just deepened up like around where the white is, around where the lips connect to the blue, and I just added, this is my phone, I'm sorry, I just added some depth to those areas. I also added a line in to like extend the jawline, and that's what I'm doing right now. I just made it so that he has like a jaw, and then I went in and I'm just doing the same thing I did on the face. I went around the spider, went around where the tongue is going to be, and I just added depth with that black eyeshadow. Once I got that done, I started in on the tongue, which was like so fun to paint, if I do say so myself. But I went in with this light pink shade from Maybelline, and I just started to fill in the tongue. And I'm just following the shape that I did, so it's just that like real curvy little shape. And I'm just coloring it in with that light pink paint. And I add a little curl at the end, because that makes it extra fancy. Once I got done painting that tongue, I went in with a darker pink Maybelline paint, and I just started to color like the back of the mouth and also below where the tongue would be, because I wanted those areas to be in shadow. And once I got done that, I went in with some black paint and I started to paint my shoulders and my arms and my ear. And just so you guys know, it's kind of hard to get this paint out of your ear. It was just like so annoying. But anyway, yeah, just colored in those areas. I also actually threw some of that paint into my hairline as well. After I painted the arms and stuff, I went in and I started to outline the teeth just to really define them, because I'm going to go in with a black eyeshadow. Once I got done that, I went in with the light pink Maybelline paint and I started to paint the gums. After that, we went in with the lavender paint, and I started to paint his lips. And if you guys are wondering, that band-aid on my thumb is because I have a splinter, or I did have a splinter, and like it was ruining my life. Like, I know I probably sound like a drama queen, but like seriously, it was really shitty, okay? But anyway, I started to paint the lips, so I painted them a lavender color. And then I went in with this Vivid Brights palette from NYX, and I went in with that like red shade, and I started to go over the paint, and I started to shade in the tongue a bit. So where like the tongue goes up, I brought some shading into it, because there would just be shading there where it goes up, and it really like created like the going up shape with that. And then I went in with this Tarte blush and doll face, and I just added that on top to add some highlights. Then I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Noir, and I filled in the back of the mouth. Then I went in with the same black eyeshadow, and I started to shade in like underneath the tongue and where the teeth are, to add quite a bit of depth to that. And I also added it on top as well, just to really make that tongue pop out. Then I took my NYX SFX cream paint in white, and I put that on my shoulder and like throughout my face. And if you're gonna do this, I would recommend doing it on top of, like not on top of it when it's set with eyeshadow, because they don't make no sense. I don't know why I did that, but it still looks okay. And then I went into my electric palette, and I just took some of that dark blue and I just like kind of faded it into the white. And then I took this Vivid Brights in purple, is it? No, it's in violet. And I outlined the lips with it. Then I took Urban and I started to shade in the lips a little bit. And then I took Vivid Blossom from the Vivid Brights and I just added some highlights to the lips. I just added some like little lines of highlights. Then I went in with this Jane eyeliner. It's in like light pink or something like that. And I just added some of that as a highlight to the tongue. And this is like also shiny, so I feel like it also added a sort of like wet look to the tongue. And I liked it a lot. And then I went in with Vivid Fire from the Vivid Brights and I outlined the tongue. I went in with that same Jane eyeliner and I added some of it to the gums just to make them look shiny because they would be wet too. Then I went in with that black eyeshadow from Anastasia, the Noir shade, and I just added some like lines to the face and to the arms, like to the body and stuff, just because like I just added some lines of black just to, I don't know, it just kind of made it look a little bit more like detailed and kind of comic booky. And he's also liquidy, and I feel like it made it look like there was like a little bit of movement going on. That's what I think. But yeah, so I just added some black lines throughout the face and throughout the body. After that, I went in with Gonzo, and it's that light blue shade. And I just started to bring a little bit of highlights to the body, and I also like went over top of that white on my face because I just felt like it looked a little bit too extreme. Then I took my Hard Candy Walk the Line liquid liner and I just started to outline the lips, and once I got done that, I went in with the Vivid Fire Vivid Brights and I just added a little bit more outline to the tongue, and then I went in with this Macaron Lippy from NYX in Rose and I added a little bit more of a highlight to the tongue just because I wanted to pop even more. Then I added some highlights to the gums. After that, I went in with this NYX Lip of the Day liquid liner in Kinetic, and this is just a beautiful shade. Like, y'all need this, and you need to put it on your eyeballs and wear it as liquid liner. But I went in and I added that to the lips just to add like a little bit of a blue highlight on those. And then I took this NYX liquid liner, it's like a light blue liquid liner, and I put this between all of the black lines just to add a little bit of highlight to those and to add more of that movement. Then I took Blue Milk from Lime Crime and I added even more highlights to it. So I just wanted a matte highlight along with that shimmery one. We're finally getting into coloring the teeth. I am personally quite excited. So I'm just going in with this Maybelline white paint and I am just coloring in. I can't say that right now. It's probably because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. But I'm just coloring the teeth then. Once I did that, I went in with a second coat and I just added a little bit of like a highlight to each one of the teeth, and I also started coloring the top row, which was not fun. I like definitely should have raised up this like entire like mouth because it was really hard to paint underneath my jaw. Like I was like, what's happening? I can't see anything. And then I just went in with a second coat on the spider. I took some of that Maybelline black paint and I just started to clean up the spider chest piece, and then I also put some of it underneath the jaw just to create like a little bit of a shadow. And then I went into the Naturally Pretty palette from IT Cosmetics and I took the Noir shade and I put that underneath the jaw as well just because it's like a shadow fading out. And I also put some where the tongue is, and then I went into my Blue Milk shade and I put a highlight on the jaw. And then I took this Vivid Brights in Vivid Halo and I started to make the teeth extra nasty because I feel like Venom would just have some nasty ass teeth. So I just put a little bit of that, like a line of it on each one of the teeth. Once I got done that, I took this it's like, okay, so you know that when you get by like the Hard Candy Glamouflage, you get a little pencil and it's a concealer? That's what I'm using to shade in the teeth right now. It's just a little nude colored pencil. And after I got done that, I took the white eyeliner from NYX and I just went over all of like the eyeball lines because the white eyeliner is just like really pigmented. And I also added some of it to the tongue just to add like a really intense halo or highlight to the tongue. And I also added some to the lips, and I just went all around and added some extreme highlights throughout the mouth. After that, I took one of the NYX Hydro Touch powders, and it's in like beige or it's some tan shade, and I just started to shade in the teeth with that color, and it just made them look like brown and decaying. And then I went in with the NYX foundation mixer in white, and I just kind of faded it into the teeth so it wasn't such an extreme like brown shade on the teeth. And then I went in with some of the deep shade from the foundation mixer, and I put that on top too, just to add even more of like a decaying effect. After that, I took my dark green Maybelline paint, and I just started to add like the saliva of the mouth. So I just like connected it from one tooth to the other tooth, and some of this is like not a string of saliva, so it's not connected all the way. It runs out. I also added some to the gums and like to the lips and just kind of like all over, because I just wanted his mouth to look really gross. And then I went in with a lime green Maybelline paint, and I put that on top to add a little bit of a highlight. And then I went in with my NYX white liquid liner, and I added even more of a highlight to those strings of saliva. Then I went in with another coat of the black eyeshadow, and I just put that like over top of where the paint is, just to make sure I got all the areas. And then I went in with a little bit of that noir shade from the Naturally Pretty palette, and I started to shade in the white of the eyes because it just looked a little bit too like white to me. After that, I went back in with whipped cream, and I just put that on top of the eyes just to fade that gray in a little bit better. And once you have that, you guys are totally done. So that is my Venom look. I really hope you guys liked it. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, if I do say so myself. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely check out Karen's channel. She's linked down below, and her Mystique look is so cute, okay? So like this video if you like this video, subscribe, makes me happy, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Bye, guys!